Jumoke Onodikbe, your relationship coach from Lagos State, Nigeria. I'll be speaking with you today about the importance of having an open communication in your relationship. Okay, I'll be highlighting three importance in this video. Number one is the fact that your partner does not know what is on your mind except you let them know. And when you do not let your partner know what is on your mind, it becomes quite a frustrating event. Okay, but for you and whoever your partner is, okay, maybe male or female, whoever is watching. But here's the issue: when you do not communicate with your partner, but you have the assumption that they should know, they ought to know what you're going through, or they ought to supernaturally find out what is on your mind, they can't know, because when you do that, you will end up getting frustrated about the fact that they do not know what you're thinking. Okay, and because they don't know, they'll do something contrary to it, and when you do something contrary to it, you get pissed and you go, why don't you know? And the person is wondering, hello, you didn't tell me, how do you expect me to know? And then you guys have unnecessary conflicts in your relationship, and you really do not want that. Apart from that, there's also the fact that you could give them a bad name. For instance, you're supposed to tell them something that could affect another person outside of your relationship, but because you did not tell them, they didn't behave and react appropriately. When that happens, it gives them a terrible name, makes them look like they're not good enough, something is wrong with them, and people start holding unnecessary grudge with them, and that's simply because you refuse to tell them what is going on. So it's really important to avoid this frustration and have an open communication with your spouse. Okay, the second reason is the fact that when you do not communicate with your spouse, you give room for a lot of assumptions. And I say this because we all know that, well, everybody does assume, actually, both male and female, but the ladies do have the tendency to assume widely and overthink things. They assume the worst, they think the worst, they are thinking, oh, did he do this, is he cheating on me, and all that. And that happens when you do not have an open communication with them. I'm going to be citing the example of let's say you're going to be late from work tomorrow, for instance, and you're going to be later than usual, probably 3 or 4 hours late. You need to let your partner know what is going on, okay? Because if you do not let them know, oh, we could even say maybe you usually call them at a particular time and it's not going to happen. You need to let them know beforehand. Now, if the situation warrants that they can't know beforehand, after that event, you need to give them detailed accounts, because we ought to be accountable to people. If you're not accountable to anybody, then you probably shouldn't be in an intimate relationship in the first place, because there is nobody who is on an island. We all need each other. Now, if you do not communicate with your spouse waits to hear things from you. If you don't tell them, they start assuming, they start thinking is he or she cheating on me? Is this person no longer interested in me? Oh, I think something is going on. Oh, that's fragrance. It's not his, it's not ours. They might start thinking you're having an affair. But if you are able to lay out how your day went, what happened, and you just make it a natural and a normal gist, you guys are going to have fun with how your day went. She's probably, or he is probably going to give you something that would help you for a situation that is probably going on. But if you do not tell them and you just come home and you say, please, I'm tired, I don't want you to disturb me. First, you were being quite rude. Second, you are being absolutely frustrating. So the person gets to feel like, whoa, excuse me, you ought to tell me what's going on. And they will keep wondering, and when they keep at it without you explaining, you start going, why do you like nagging, why do you like complaining, what is wrong with you, you're too demanding. But the truth is, you refuse to be accountable when you ought to be. It's not because you're too demanding. So you need to play your own side of the game and be sure that, okay, I've done all that I could, the fault is not coming from me. Okay, now the last part that I'll be discussing in this video is the issue of communicating after breakup or during breakup. You have to let your partner know why you're breaking up with him or her. If you do not let them know, they start to assume that the problem is with them, especially when the fault is not with them. Or even if the fault is with them, you need to let them know what exactly the fault is, okay? If you don't let them know, they'll think far and near and think about all the terrible things, and even if they do not blow things out of proportion and become dramatic about the breakup, it will always be on their mind. It will always make them second guess every of their decision. It will always make them feel like they're not good enough, and that is simply because you did not tell them why you're breaking up with them. You see, if they do not know, they cannot correct themselves. If they do not know, they cannot become a better person. Even if you don't want them again, do them a favor of letting them know. I'm not saying that you should say it in a demeaning way. No. I'm saying, even if you're going to tell them nicely and kindly, you need to tell them the fact about the reason you're breaking up with them. It is very essential so that they will have closure, because if they do not have closure, they are going to keep second guessing themselves in every relationship they are in, and it's going to kill their self-confidence. When it does kill their self-confidence, well, it's going to eventually give them an absolutely not amazing relationship anywhere they are. And when the cycle repeats itself, they keep questioning if they are good enough, and that's simply because from the onset you did not tell them what they did wrong. Don't just disappear on people. You need to let them know why you're leaving. Please remember to give this video a thumbs up if you like it. If you have not subscribed, subscribe to this channel so that you will know when next video is coming up. See you next week. Love you all. Bye.